we'll transition a bit. Before our next lightning round, I'd like to introduce a speaker for some remarks. He is the chair of CTIFS's board, the president of Connecticut, and the CCI plan president for Connecticut at Molina Healthcare. Please welcome to the stage Mark Meter.
So good afternoon, everybody. I know it's been a great session so far. And the other day, I was talking to my wife, and she asked me, what is this CT-IFS group that you're a part of? And I tried to explain to her that it's not the CT-IFS, it's CT-IFS. But as you can see, once you look at it, you'll never forget it. So that's the way she thinks it's spelled. But in fact, for 2025, CTIFS has been around for 22 years and as a board of directors. And I've been chair for 1 year. We are a unique group of 23 senior leaders managing P&C, life, retirement, health insurance, and financial services businesses alongside our service provider partners. When we walk into the boardroom, we leave our competitive hats at the door and act as one unified voice for the Connecticut insurance and financial services industry. Our milestones have been many throughout the years, but we have had direct impact on two strategic priorities. One is retaining our young talent in Connecticut, and two is raising the profile of the Connecticut Insurance Capital brand so that Connecticut is rightfully recognized as a global center for insurance excellence. And now, after Commissioner Mays' comments, an intergalactic center of excellence. So both of those goals, I think, have been accomplished today. We have had deep content that you've been exposed to on climate awareness and resiliency, and the young talent in this audience, I hope, are eager to learn and carry the mission forward. And speaking of going forward, our board will remain a unified voice for the IFS industry in Connecticut, committed to advancing and strengthening the industry and in supporting jobs and economic growth for one of Connecticut's most important industries. One of the key board members of the Connecticut IFS team is the Conning Company, who for the second year has co-authored and co-published the Connecticut Insurance Insights Report, Capital Insights Report. And I personally want to thank Scott Hawkins, Manu Mazumdar, Lauren Koth-Avale for making the report a reality. The report outlines what we can achieve if we are committed, what climate change risks we can mitigate if we invest, and what we can do if we grow talent in Connecticut. So maybe my wife was right, and when she calls us the Connecticut IFS. So I'd like to now introduce Scott Hawkins of Conning. Scott is a managing director and head of insurance research, responsible for producing research and strategic studies related to the insurance industry. Prior to joining Conning in 2006, he was senior research fellow for Networks Financial Institute at Indiana State University. Previously, he spent 16 years at Skandia Insurance Group in the US and Sweden as analyst and senior researcher. He studied history at Yale, has a certificate in information management systems from Columbia University, and was a board member of the J.M. Huber Institute for Learning in Organizations at Teachers College. Scott, the podium's yours.
Thanks, Mark. Can everybody hear me okay? I've been accused of having a very soft voice. I just want to make sure everybody can hear me well. I've had the privilege of representing Conning at many conferences over my years with Conning. Some of them are insurance conferences, some of them are technology conferences. And over that time, I've noticed there's really two distinct dress codes depending upon the conference. If it's an insurance conference, you're going to be wearing a blazer of some sort. If it's a tech conference, it's either going to be a black t-shirt or a puffy vest. Now, this conference always blends those two topics together. So since I don't own a black t-shirt, I've blended the puffy vest and the blue blazer. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with conning, we've been a proud member of the Hartford and Connecticut business community since 1912. Our focus is serving the insurance industry, primarily through asset management. We manage $175 billion of insurance company general account assets in the US and Europe. But we also provide risk management solutions, insurance accounting, and the group I head up, which is insurance research. As Mark said, we produce high-level tactical and strategic research that insurance companies and other insurance service providers use to manage and run their business. And our focus is on what drives profitability for this business today and over the next 3 to 5 years. And within all these publications that we do, and we do about 170 a year, we organize them around broad themes. 2 of them are climate risk and its impact on the P&C industry, and technology and its broad impact across the board. As Mark said, this is the second year we've partnered with CTIFS and Metro Hartford Alliance to present the Insurance Insights Report. It's being released today, and I believe if you scan the QR code, you should be able to get to the link and download it. It's my privilege to be able to introduce it to all of you this year. I also want to extend my own personal thanks to Susan, Jean Goddard, the CTIFS board, and then Metro Hartford Alliance, and everyone else who participated in producing this report. And my own personal thanks as well to the team of Manu, Lauren, and Lauren, the 2 Laurens, I call them, Lauren Cavalli and Lauren Savini, who on my team helped actually produce this report. So speaking of my team, one of the things I always ask my analysts, whenever they're going to propose a topic and write a report on something, I ask them, why does the reader care about that? Why should they spend some of their time looking through a report that you've invested time and effort in producing? I hold the same for this report as well. I think there are 3 different reasons why you may want to consider looking at this report and actually reading through it. First, if you are in this state and you're in the insurance industry already, this report will give you a good snapshot of how this state is investing in this industry and providing for its future growth. Second group, if you are considering moving to this state or starting a business in the state in the insurance industry, it does a similar thing. It gives you a sense of how well this state is committed to producing and promoting the insurance industry. And third, if you're in another state who has an insurance industry, and there's 49 of those, you'll get a sense of what it takes to remain at the forefront of the insurance industry by understanding what Connecticut is doing. Now, with that in mind, what are some of the highlights that you will see in this year's report? Well, first of all, as in last year's report, you'll see some of the reasons that Connecticut's insurance leaders say this is a great state to conduct insurance business in. There will be interviews with Commissioner Mays, Commissioner Koski, who will provide insights on how the Connecticut Insurance Department and the NAIC are supporting the insurance industry in this state, not only in terms of supporting innovation, but dealing with regulations and dealing with the issues of climate change. Now, I want a quick show of hands, and this is not just to see who's still awake at this point. How many of you know that this state's motto, nickname, is the Nutmeg State? Raise your hands. Yeah, not many, okay, but enough. I was driving back from a vacation in Cape Cod yesterday, and as I crossed the state line, I saw a sign that had another state motto. How many of you know that it's now Connecticut, the submarine capital of the world? Raise your hands. Now we're in Hartford, and Yukon's not that far away. How many of you know that it is Connecticut, the basketball capital of the world? And of course, I'm an old New Haven guy, so how many of you know that it is Connecticut, the pizza capital of the world? Well deserved on that one. Now I'll ask this. How many of you know that now Connecticut is the intergalactic insurance capital of the world? I want to highlight a couple of examples of why we have that nickname, the insurance capital of the galaxy. We lead the nation when it comes to insurer employment as a percentage of the overall workforce. We employ over 56,000 people in this state's insurance industry. They come to work every day in our companies. Connecticut domiciled insurers wrote $212 billion of direct premium in combined P&C, life, annuity, and health premiums last year. This report goes beyond those numbers. It touches on 3 areas that we think can show our commitment to continuing to develop and support this insurance industry. First, you'll read about the Connecticut UK Insurance Corridor, which is actively bringing insurtech startups from the UK to Connecticut. Now, this is an exciting partnership between the UK Department of Business and Trade, CTIFS, and Metro Hartford Alliance, and is part of the broader framework of the US-UK Financial Innovation Partnership. In the last year, we brought 4 companies from the UK, introduced them into the US market through that corridor. However, the corridor is not just about bringing UK businesses here. It's also about helping US businesses find opportunity to grow or enter the UK market. To that end, earlier this year, the UK Department of Business and Trade hosted an international trade delegation for Connecticut insurance companies to come and learn about that market and identify opportunities in that space. Second, while our neighbors to the north and to the south do have some very strong educational programs, I would have to say that Connecticut's world-class university-level insurance and risk management programs are helping lay the foundation for the next generation of insurance professionals needed to keep driving this state's businesses forward. I'll give you one example around actuaries, and there's a greater depth analysis of that in the report. You know, actuaries are the lifeblood of the industry. I will make no actuary jokes in honor of all the actuaries that might be in the room. But we have over 1,300 actuaries working in insurance companies in Connecticut. But we can't rest on those 1,300. They will eventually retire. So this last summer was the 17th annual actuarial boot camp hosted here in Hartford. That continues to give high school students an opportunity to learn about the opportunities to become an actuary and enter that great field. During that week-long program, they heard from over 20 presentations from actuaries in Connecticut insurance companies. They heard from the CID. They heard from insurtechs about what it was like working in the insurance business. They also took a 1-week course in college-level probability. Those are trying to entice high school students to enter our business. It's the workforce of the future, and we're investing in it. Finally, in returning to the broader themes of this conference, Connecticut's insurers continue to adapt to climate risk and provide better coverage to their customers, as well as faster service. And here's where today's major themes of climate management and technology start to merge. With policyholders spread across multiple perils and geographies across this nation, Connecticut companies have embraced advanced technologies and predictive analytics, not just as a response mechanism, but also, as our report found earlier this year, they're using these to enhance operational efficiency, customer service, and underwriting profitability for people that are suffering from natural catastrophes and getting claims paid faster to them. Great report we produced. See us, and we'll be glad to share that with you. So, on behalf of all of us, and I am in the lightning round, we hope you find this report very, very informative and helpful as you consider what the state is doing to build an insurance industry today, tomorrow, and well into the future. And should you have any questions about the report or the issues affecting the broader insurance industry in this state or beyond, please feel free to reach out to me or Susan or anyone from the CTIFS board, and we'll be glad to help you out. And I want to thank you with that. Enjoy the report and enjoy the rest of the conference. Thank you.